All right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Dominic here with another episode of Marketing Hot Take. Today here we are here with today with Nicky. I should have probably checked how to pronounce your Dutch name correctly. Nicky van Leeuwen. How did I do?
Pretty good, pretty
Pretty good.
good. I feel like better than most people take it for the ice cream when they go like Leeuwen or something,
Leeuwen. Yeah, that'd be the
but it's
that'd be the
Leeuwen
American.
officially.
Leeuwen. Nicky van Leeuwen.
Very good. I'll
Yes,
take
very
it.
good. Who is the head of growth and partnerships at TrackBee? So, Nicky, how you doing today?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for having me.
Yes, pleasure to be here. Thank you for making time on morning over here, but evening where you are in. Is it? Are you in Amsterdam?
I'm in Utrecht actually, so like 20
Uh,
minutes from Amsterdam. I feel like it's good now because in the past 2 weeks, all of a sudden time has changed fully, and now we've got like sunny evenings, so it doesn't feel like I need to sleep every time I'm talking to someone from the US.
which I imagine you do a lot, right? You do a lot of business in the U.S.
Yeah, we're expanding quite a bit into the US right now, which is super exciting. I'm talking to so many interesting people. I'm experiencing a lot of cool things, but it does unfortunately also mean that I've got a lot of evening meetings happening,
hmm
which suck considerably less when it's still light outside.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I get that. Yeah, yeah. So we met at Shop Talk in Vegas. What was that like a couple months ago now, probably. Are you going to the States a lot?
I am over, I'd say for someone from Europe, I'm in the States quite a bit. I'll be there again this month. I'll be there in
Mm.
May again. It's
Uh,
May, so that's this
uh,
month. Like in 2 weeks, I think I'll be in New York. Never been there. Very excited
okay.
to go. So
All right.
yeah, I'm generally there every 2 to 3 months at least once.
Uh, nice. Or did we meet at Shop Talk or did we meet at E-tail?
I feel like we've met vaguely at like some events, and then we started talk. Oh, it was Ethel because it was
Yeah.
the cowboy happy hour. That was Ethel, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, if you were E-tail, I think we met at E-tail. Yeah, we met at E-tail.
Yeah.
We already kind of knew each other. Then we headed out at Shop Talk, and yeah, when did the old roller coaster there in New York. All right.
Oh, it was a roller
Yeah,
coaster. That
yeah.
yeah, that was Ethel for sure. Yeah,
That was
that was
fun.
a good night. I like
That
that.
was very fun. That was an adventure. So all right, yeah. So Nikki, tell me, working at TrackBee, or with all the perspectives you have, what is your marketing hot take?
Yes, very good question. I would say my marketing hot take, as someone that does not have a massive background in marketing,
Mm,
would be that most people are wasting enormous amount of money on
mm,
ads. Not saying
yep.
that you shouldn't do ad spend, not saying that you shouldn't do creatives. I just think a lot of people keep trying to change their ads when the problem is actually the data that gets the ads to the right audience.
Right. Right. Yes, absolutely. I mean, that's something, I work in ad measurement as well. I can certainly relate. People waste a lot of money on ads. It's a huge industry. It's really like kind of vague and confusing for a lot of folks. Hard to find the source of truth. And yeah, there's a lot going on right now with, different services trying to help people make sense of it because an ad platform has no problem taking your money, right? And like
Nah.
be like, yeah, I'm running ads on Facebook, like that must be smart. But yeah, it takes a little bit of work to you kind of got to find the right tools to make sure that you're actually getting a return on your investment, right?
Yeah, and I think generally speaking, the platforms are really smart. Like there's a reason people are addicted to their phones and scrolling on Instagram every now, like every 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
But you need to give an algorithm the right data and information to make sure that they know where to get the right audience.
Right, right, and that's what we all do at TrackBee, yeah.
That's what we do at TrackBee. Obviously, that's
Yeah.
what I want to mention as well. We do everything. I guess what you guys do more like in the front, where you show all the insights and the dashboards. We do more in the
mm-hmm.
back end, where we
Mm-hmm.
just take all the information that comes into your website and then send it straight through to your app platform.
Right. Right. Yeah. 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 Similarly. So we take the data that a company has, we put it all in one place. What we mostly do is media mix modeling. So that is, measuring the relationship between ad spend and revenue. But yeah, that all depends on having the best data in the first place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. So how did you get into this in the first place?
How did I get to TrackBee, or how did TrackBee get into this?
Okay, let's start with TrackBee. How did TrackBee get into this? I was asking you, but we can talk about TrackBee.
So TrackBee got into this with our CEO's Bart, like our CEO Bart, and one of our other founders, Sil, having stores, Shopify stores that kept running into the problem where their data wasn't good enough. They had their own stores at the time, and Bart was fixing it for one person at a time,
Hmm.
where he just fixed it for his friend, and then his friend knew someone that also had the same problem, and then he fixed it for that friend. And then at one point
Hmm.
they were like, well, if everybody is experiencing this,
Hmm.
maybe we should
Hmm.
just fix it generally as a
Hmm.
product and
Hmm.
build a company out of it. So
Yeah.
they did that 2.5 years ago now, I think,
Uh-huh.
where the first focus really was around the numbers in Meta not being the same as the numbers that you see in Shopify. You know
Mm.
how in Shopify it could be like, oh, you did, I don't know, 11 conversions, and then in Meta it will be five.
Right.
So there will be a disconnect there. That was the first real focus of the company. And now we're this massive, like, data tracking product that's doing so well and outperforming all our competitors for Meta, for Google. So it's a really cool thing to see. We've got a team of 30. Everybody is really cool. We've got this exciting young team. Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah. So how do you know? How do you know with your product? How do you know when you say outperforming the competition? How do you measure that?
Good question. So, generally speaking, most tracking products you can use next to each other. Not for all app platforms, but for Google, for instance, you can use multiple trackers for the same events and then see how many events it's getting in. So
Mm-hmm.
we can see that our tracking generally gets more events in, so it tracks more information.
Mm-hmm.
And then if we look at Meta, where you can't do that, we can see your EMQ scores. I don't want to get too technical, but I guess a lot of marketers know about this as well, which is your event match quality score. Basically, this means how well is the quality of the information you're sending into Meta for your algorithm to learn from it and then get like better audiences from it.
Yeah.
And we see that whenever people start using TrackBee, their score goes up considerably.
Mm-hmm.
Generally, it's like somewhere around 6 to 7, I'd say, and most of our customers are between 8 and 9.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Nice. Yeah, that makes sense. Um, okay. So to you now, Nikki. How did you end up at TrackBee?
I ended up at I have a background in partnerships and communications. I very much like talking. So I always figured I need to get into a job where I can talk all day,
Yeah.
which kind of is partnerships. So
Mm-hmm.
I've done partnerships for really big companies. I started out at places like Nike and Heineken, which was very cool. Learned a ton.
Mm-hmm.
Also learned I prefer some like faster paced environments, so smaller companies, different industries, and I kind of rolled into startups and e-commerce.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like e-commerce is that fast paced that we kind of count in animal years, right? I can say I've been a year at TrackBee, but it's dog years, so it feels like I've
Yeah.
been here 7 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, I rolled into e-commerce and startups and met it's a small world in the
Yeah.
Netherlands at least with startups. So whenever I was looking for something new, one of the people I already knew from a prior job was like, I know a place where you should go.
Mm-hmm.
And then I talked to the guys at TrackBee
Mm-hmm.
and we've been besties ever since.
Okay. Yeah. How long ago is that now?
Almost a year. So
Almost a
almost seven
year.
years in doc years.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
started
Yeah. Yeah.
last
Yeah.
summer.
Oh
Last
wow.
summer, July.
Yeah. Okay. You're fresher than me. I was. I just passed a year and a half. So probably like
Oh.
12 dog years in e-commerce now.
12 dog years. Yeah, that's quite big. How did
Yeah.
you get at your spot?
How did I get?
Yeah.
So with me, it was a total like kind of serendipitous moment. I was helping run the family business in construction, where I spent most of my career, kind of going in and out of there a couple times. And then, yeah, basically decided, it's time to move on. There wasn't, really room to grow anymore at that particular moment. And so I wanted to get into sales. And there were some other circumstances where, like, I actually had well, I won't get into the details, but I had a lot of, I had some like big trips coming up. I had a honeymoon coming up, and I think I was kind of restrained in kind of the jobs I was able to get for that next few months. And so I was like, I'll just get a sales job. I'll just get something, kind of just a commission based something, where somebody will hire me even if I have to go travel the world in a few months. And so then I bumped into, the friend of a friend at a coffee shop, basically. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I got this business. It's kind of we just hired our first bunch of people. We're really starting to grow." I'm like, "That's cool." And then I bumped into him again. I was like, "Hey, you need a sales guy?" He said, "Maybe, maybe." So yeah, we grabbed coffee and we chatted. And he said, "Here's what we're getting for customers. Like we got this tool, some new technology. We're making people a bunch of money." And yeah, and it's a guy that I had a Zeke. I had a lot of trust in him because of a previous relationship. So my best friend growing up, so he was my best friend for a long time. He's actually passed some years ago, but Zeke is somebody he knew. He's a friend of his stepdad, and so I remember Micah when we were young. I think he stayed with Zeke after college, and he's like, "Oh man, this guy's so cool. Like he's running all these businesses, and I just remember my friend, somebody I really trust, really viewing this guy highly, and so I'm still friends with Micah's parents, and they also both respect him a lot, and so I think there was a mutual trust there to start, and yeah, it just sounded cool. It just sounded cool. It sounded like a cool opportunity. I've always been entrepreneurial. I've never worked in a large, big corporate America or anything like that. But yeah, just really wanted to develop the skill set of sales, and wanted to work in an environment where kind of what I do makes an impact, and I'm in control of my own destiny, and yeah, just bumped into a friend of a friend, and here we are,
Meant to be. So you
meant to
went
be.
from construction
Mm-hmm.
to attribution.
That's right.
What's the biggest overlap, if there's any?
What's the biggest overlap? So, I was there was, so I was like construction management, right? And so I was like, handling customer relationships, and it wasn't like swinging hammers all day. Um, but yeah, what's the overlap? Like, really not a lot, other than just being a human, and like, you have to get up in the morning, and you have to learn to kind of control your mind and figure out whatever you got to figure out and work with people. And so very, very minimal on that front. But, I think being in, I'm not running the attribution models, I'm not doing the modeling. I'm not on the back end. So it wasn't a leap in that regard. So I think in both lines of business, basically I've been working on my people skills is the main
Yeah.
thing.
I mean, communication is different in different industries, but it always overlaps, right? It's always you're talking to people, they all want the same.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally. Totally. And so yeah, that's really what I wanted to do. Is I really wanted to find a place to, I just want to lean into my people skills. I want to, sales being a part of that, but listening to folks. Ultimately, I really just want to be like a very cool boss, right? Just like take care of people. And so yeah, I want to run my own stuff someday. So you gotta learn to sell. So
Do you know what you want to do? Like
do I know what I
what
want to
type
do?
of company you want to run?
Just one day.
One day.
Well, I'm really liking this. I'm really liking this. We got a ways to go, but it's starting to look really promising. We got a lot of really good stuff in the pipeline, and so this is all I've really been thinking about for a while. It's trying to learn to focus. But beyond that, I mean, yeah, ultimately, my plan at a high level is to be in an industry where I can make a bunch of money, and then increasingly put my energies towards something altruistic. Something to just help the world. That's what interests me. I'm really interested in like personal development too. I was really
Cool.
into like Tony Robbins and all the self help books and stuff like that. Like I used to be a total fiend on all that stuff, and I've read every book on business and psychology and spirituality, and so I'm really interested in that stuff. Maybe one day just like helping empower people in some way. But yeah, right now it's really kind of focused around on this one point. Got a lot of time invested in this industry and in this product, and seeing it through to something really really good. And we really have that opportunity in front of us.
That's nice. It's a good industry to be in, I always feel. I always feel
Yeah.
like Whenever I get to the US, it's so nice because the US is this massive space, but when you go to the events, you meet the same people and everybody's so lovely and
Mm-hmm.
everybody's so like happy for each other and willing to help each other out. It's a
Yeah.
good place to be.
Yeah, no, I really like it. I mean, here we are, right? We've only
Yeah.
it's crazy too that I've been to two conferences now and seen you and Katie at both of them, and as well as a number of people. I mean, it only took two conferences to realize like, oh, like the world has really gotten smaller in this field, and it's a fun group of people, man. You
It's a
know,
fun group of people. It's a young industry as well.
I like marketing. I like marketers. You
I
know,
love marketers. I feel like most marketers are really funny.
uh-huh.
I don't know if it's like part of their job to be funny because people want to like see what they share with the world, but I feel like most marketers are funny.
I agree. I agree. At least us. At least us too.
I mean, that's a start.
Yeah, no, it's a good cross section of I think business and creativity, right? Yeah,
Yeah, it
so
is.
so with startups, you said did you work at any other startups before TrackBee?
I did. I worked at two other startups. One, I was responsible for partnerships and onboarding new
Mm,
people. I wouldn't say that really was a startup anymore. They were like leaning into being a scale up, I'd say.
mm,
I mean, I was employee number 90 probably.
mm,
So we're talking a pretty big company here.
mm,
And then the other one was in real estate management or like
mm.
anything like that. It wasn't management, it was like real estate when you fix stuff, not construction, but when there's like tiny things to be repaired. What do you call that? Maintenance.
Oh yeah. Mm,
We were setting up this automated product where whenever you rent in like this big building, normally there's one place where you put in your maintenance request, and then it
mm,
takes a month or five, or it never gets fixed.
mm,
And people, at least in the Netherlands, are very annoyed by putting in maintenance requests for their
mm,
building. So
mm,
there was a system they created where it got automated, where you could just text someone, WhatsApp's big here, you could send a WhatsApp, you could text, and then an automated flow would start, and then we'd have your information, and you could automatically already plan like with any handyman that could fix your problem, and then
mm,
it would be like next week.
mm, mm. And so you,
Really cool product. It was like I was employee number two there, I think.
oh wow.
But it was part of a really big organization that made like an extra little small part, and then we were able to kind of blow that up, which was
Mm,
super cool to do. So we did that. I did that for like a year, and then it kind of found its footing, and I felt like the industry itself wasn't necessarily for me. So
mm.
I gave the spark that I had to the product, and it was good. And then I moved on to TrackBee.
Yeah, nice. And so has it been kind of partnerships? Has it been kind of working with people the whole time that you've been in the startup world?
It's always been with people. I don't think I've ever been in a job where I haven't been working with people. I don't think anybody wants me in a job where I wouldn't be working with people.
Mm,
Honestly, I
yeah.
would annoy people so much. Imagine me in like this room where you're probably need to do like, I don't know, analytics or something, and people
Mm,
are being quiet, and then you have me in the middle
mm,
bouncing around. That would be terrible. That would
mm,
be terrible. So no, I've always been in startups. We also do. I'm organize this wake up party, like this morning party with two friends, which I guess is also considered a startup, but
mm.
it's not really a lot of money involved there.
Sure.
It's more of a fun thing. But we do have 400 to 500 people coming by every month, I'd say.
What?
We sell out, so it's
Really?
still a nice thing to do.
Oh wow.
Basically, I just want a job where I can put all my energy in,
Yeah.
and then I want to work with people that take energy from that as well. If
Yeah.
I just work with
Yeah.
people that don't like that, then it's not going to work.
I love that. Yeah. Something you put energy in, and then people come in and take their. That's beautiful. Yeah, I relate to that. So you organize these events. You're an event organizer as well.
I'm an event organizer as well. I feel like in my life generally, I very much am not an event organizer.
Hmm.
I'm not that organized. But we are with the three of us, and one of us is very organized.
Uh
She
huh.
is my
Uh huh.
life savior.
Yeah.
And then we have a marketer, and then we have me, and I do
Uh
the
huh.
talking with partnerships. So
Yeah.
it all comes together there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun.
That's really cool. You said it's a morning party. It's like an event. So it sounds like in the morning that lots of people come out to.
It's 6 to 9 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Before work, always
Mm-hmm.
on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
So also started a couple of years ago with two different organizers. We weren't the people that founded it originally. They were like, we'd love to go out still. Um, and then whenever you're a student here, well, probably the same in the US actually, you go out throughout the week, right? You go out on a Tuesday night, on a Thursday night, and then the weekend you don't really care because that's when all the people not from the city go out.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, we still want to do stuff like that, but also we have a job and we cannot go out on Tuesday night because we
Mm-hmm.
probably wouldn't have a job anymore if
Mm-hmm.
we do that.
Yeah.
So they thought, what can we do that makes us be able to dance and go out and talk to people and have like a cool thing happening during the week
Yeah.
that fits within our schedule? And then they figured we're awake anyway because we're going for a workout or we need to do breakfast before something or bring kids to school. I don't know, whatever everyone is doing now and then.
Yeah.
So why not do a party in the morning?
Cool.
Oh, that's how it started. And now and then it kind of grew. So the past years it's grown
Mm-hmm.
immensely.
Mm-hmm.
Where now we have like three stages with different types of music and all these people and unlimited breakfast and yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Wow. That's so cool. Yeah. So on that note, okay. Well, I didn't know you did that. That's really, really cool. I flipped the question back to you. You asked me what would I like to do eventually. Like, what is that for you? How do you see, in perfect world, perfect career? What kind of work would you like to do? How would you like to, contribute slash pay the bills?
Honestly, such a good question. I have no clue. I really like what I'm doing right now. I'd love at one point to be able to do something good for the world with my money as well.
Yeah.
It would be nice to either work at an NGO or be
Mm-hmm.
able to, I don't know, host events. I also just like it when people are happy. So I really like the Wake Up Club for that.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to keep meeting people. I love seeing the world. I feel like right now I'm just not that good in planning forward or like looking forward too far. For now, I'm at the right spot. I love it at TrackBee.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited about the road we're into. I'm excited about things that are happening and that we expect to happen in the future. I'm very happy with the Wake Up Club as like this random side quest happening in my life every now and
Mm-hmm.
then.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I think that yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I don't think I remember when I was in my young 20s, I was always like trying to write out a plan. I'd be reading some books. It's like, figure out your plan and writing out in great detail, step 17, 18, 19. And it never seems to work out that way,
It
but
never really does. And I mean, I'm all for manifesting. Like, tell
sure,
me where you want to be. Tell me how you're going to get there and do it. But I'm right where I want to be already. So then we'll figure it out when that changes, I think. But
sure.
you've got some side quests as well, right? You do way more than just this.
I do have some side quests. Yeah, I certainly have some side quests. Yeah, well, for one, I got my social life and just supporting the wife. Like she's an artist. She has a lot of projects. She's a singer, so I do a lot to
Wow.
support her in that. Actually, in her last band that just broke up, I was playing with them. So I was playing a show every week for like a couple of years, playing percussion, kind of managing that.
That's cool.
And then, yeah, my main side quest right now is I run an event calendar here in Portland for entrepreneurs. So if you go to portlandstartupevents.com, it
Yeah.
is an aggregated event calendar for all the different events in town that are there to support entrepreneurs. So,
That's so nice.
mm-hmm,
That's so nice. I wish we had this as well. It probably exists somewhere for like any events happening in our industry. Because that's something, as soon as I started, like we started expanding into the US, we're like, all right, what events do we need to be at? Because people need to know TrackBee, need to know our name.
yeah,
But the amount of events happening in the US is ridiculous. I mean, it makes sense. It's
really,
a massive space, but
yeah.
you have no clue.
Is that different than I guess you mean is that different than in Amsterdam? Like, are there all sorts of business events happening Where
I mean,
you know?
there's events happening in Amsterdam as well, or like in the Netherlands as well. We do, but I feel like generally they're way smaller.
Mm,
But then our country is way smaller.
mm-hmm,
But if I like compare it to Europe,
mm-hmm.
I'd say we have events, obviously, but way less. So if there is an international event happening, everybody will know it's there. It's like it will be there maybe once like a month. There will be an event that people know is happening, and
Mm-hmm.
then there will be like a very well made decision, you're going to be there or you're not going to be there. And then
Yeah.
obviously in the Netherlands we have a bunch of smaller events that we might go to or not go to, or it's just some partnerships, people getting together, marketing people getting together, one of our partners like doing this really cool training, but smaller things, not as many
Mm-hmm.
trade shows as are happening in the US.
Yeah. Right. Oh yeah, totally. With all the like, when you're looking at what conferences you want to go to, it seems it would be impossible to, you need like 10 of yourself to make every conference in e-commerce alone.
How do you choose where you're gonna go? Because you said you've been to two now. How did you
Mm-hmm.
pick? Because that's E-tail and Shop Talk Vegas, right?
Yeah.
How did you pick those two?
Well, that really came mostly through a friend. So I have a friend, my friend Chris Harris. He's been in the space much longer than me, and we meet sometimes and talk business. And he said, "I'm coming to ETL. You should come." So he said, "This is a good one. I know the space." He said, Shop Talk is the big one. But that's the Super Bowl of the industry, as they say. But he said this one's really cool. He said this is one you should definitely go to. Then he put me in on game that like, hey, we don't actually need to get tickets to the thing. We can just show up and hang out at the bar. and so,
The best place to be.
uh huh. And so that's what we did. Yeah. So Chris kind of put me onto it, and it seemed like a good time. I always knew, like for me, where I'm most effective in this role is just talking to people, right? That's kind of how I stumbled into like running this event calendar. As I started going to a bunch of events, I took the job, and I was trying like some cold email outreach, and which like it didn't really feel that good. I didn't know how to do it. I wasn't getting any traction. And then I went to my first event, and booked my first like relevant meeting just at like the first marketing event I went to, and I was like, oh, what am I doing? This is what I need to do. And so yeah, so I do that a lot. So I go to a lot of events now. I mostly just go to the marketing events in town. I kind of figured out which ones are actually useful for my career versus where do you just like have fun, interesting conversations versus things that could lead to business. And so, yeah, I just knew I had a suspicion. I was like, once we have a budget for such things, then I got to go to one of these conferences. Like that'll probably be the best use of my time, and it absolutely was. Like going to e-tail those few days, like those were the most effective hours spent for my job of anything I've done, like by far. So,
How do you, because I know this is what a bunch of like partnerships people struggle with as well. How do you then go back to your CFO, CEO, anyone who's looking at the numbers and go like, yeah, this event was most definitely worth it. Look at this ROI.
hmm well, it's still all pretty fresh. So, I'm plugging somebody in. We do have a customer getting started from those events, luckily, and a lot of other stuff that's still open and ongoing, and a number of different relationships. Like here we are, doing this.
There you go.
I do imagine we'll be doing something with TrackBee because it's a really good combo for what we do. And so yeah, it is really interesting to gauge, right? Like I went there and I was like, oh my god, this is the best use of my time of all time. Look at all these people I met. But then that doesn't necessarily all translate into business, or so really figuring that out. But I know it also goes with if it's really important these days to find trust, right, in business, because anybody can find anything online. It's like back in the day, somebody would knock on your door and be like, "Hey, you need some vacuum cleaners? I got them." And be like, "Oh my god, I do need a vacuum." Like, yeah, totally. But not everybody can get everything. So we want to find people we can trust. We want to find people who can help us make decisions and navigate the space. And so it's absolutely like the opportunity is there at these conferences. Like these brands are there, these agencies are there. And then it's just, then what you can do with it, I think is a separate question. Like, it's not just like, if our funnel is bad, or if our product isn't good, or if our follow up isn't good, it's not like going to the conference is guaranteed to succeed. But like, absolutely, you can start a conversation. Like, you can meet those people there. So yeah, we're still a pretty small company, and we gotta, we're gonna keep improving in a lot of ways. But like, this is definitely the way to go. I imagine. I don't know. I think in person is becoming more and more important too.
Yeah, I fully agree. I fully agree. I feel like we were there with the door knocking, and then you probably already had trust, like you said, because that might have been your neighbor, Burry, that did the door knocking.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went to online, which was super cool because we knew all these people, and you could see they were very valid because in Europe, they came from the US, so they probably know what it's about.
Mm,
And now so much stuff is AI and there's
right.
so much noise in the industry. Even like there's so many cool outreach in my inbox that I just don't even know who I'm talking to,
Mm-hmm.
that it's really nice to meet people in person and build an actual relationship with them
Yeah.
before you jump in the boat together.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually, remember you and I had a fun exchange at Shop Talk. We're talking about, we like to do business with the people that we like. And you're like, oh, who should I? You're like, oh yeah, you do business with him. It's great, absolutely, they're awesome. And like, what do they do? I don't know, but they're great. They're wonderful. Whatever they do is amazing.
But
Um,
it's the
mm-hmm.
ground. It's like all you need. The base is are they good people? Well, yeah, if they're good people, they're not gonna sell you something shitty.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. It's valid. It's valid. If you actually get to connect with someone, and and you can, you spend a little bit of time with people, like, generally you can tell, like, there's people who are honest, there's people in business who actually want to help you, and there's people who aren't. And so yeah, I think it's super valuable. I think, pretty soon here I'll probably be spending a lot of my life on the road, just going to conference after conference, sleeping in hotels. So yeah, Nicky, with the little bit of time we have left, I'm curious. Working in Holland, working in Europe
Hmm.
versus working in the U.S. What's the difference? Like, what's your experience in work culture in these two different parts of the world?
So a little bit of a cliche, but the Netherlands is very direct generally, which
Mm,
makes it a very fairly like I don't want to say easy, but a very straightforward place to work. If I reach out to someone and they don't want to work with me, they'll go like, nah. And
mm,
then I know. And then we're
mm,
still friends. It's fine. I
mm,
just know you don't want to work with me. If
mm,
I talk to someone on a trade show in Europe and I'll be like, "Oh, you think we're a fit?" And they'll go like, "No, I don't think so." And I'm like, "Okay, well, then not."
mm,
Whereas um, relationship building, because of that, is harder, I
mm,
think, in Europe or in the Netherlands. The
mm,
other way around, it works in the US. So if you look at the US, relationship building is so much easier because people are so nice and people are
mm,
generally really good at chit-chatting.
mm, mm.
People don't like small talk in the Netherlands most of
Uh-huh.
the time, but in the
Yeah.
US, they're so good at it. You can talk to anyone. Like you'd sit down in the bus and you almost are like friends with the person next to you,
Right.
where that doesn't happen in the Netherlands at all. However, that also means that if you go to a trade show and you go, you think we should be working together? People will
Mm-hmm.
always go, yes, I think we should be working together. And I
uh,
remember coming back from my first trade show in the US and being like, wow, our pipeline is like filled to the
yeah.
brim right now. How
Yeah.
am I going to take all these meetings? And
Yeah.
then people
Yeah.
didn't want to do meetings with me. So
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
that's the biggest difference. Probably there's pros and cons to everything, but in the Netherlands we're a bit more straightforward, but harder to build relationships with. And in the US it's just way more relationship build.
Yeah.
Like we said, like if you like the person, you're gonna do something with them because you trust them.
Yeah.
And in the Netherlands it's more like, well, explain the product to me in 3 seconds, and if it's good,
Hmm.
I'll work with you. And
Yeah.
otherwise, boom.
Yeah. Yeah. That does sound nice. I'm a fan of straightforwardness, but also a fan of, building relationships. So there's a trade-off everywhere. I
Yeah.
mean, I can certainly relate. We're both still, we haven't been in this industry too long. I don't know about you. Just like you said, I had that same experience. You go and you're like, wow, I met these people that say they want to do this stuff. Like, all these meetings I've got booked. This is gonna be incredible. And then, as we learn the space and we learn the culture and then the product and the industry, you kind of figure out more what works and what doesn't. You know.
Yeah.
By the way,
Yeah, that's it.
you know that I have my family's from Czech. I actually have I got an EU passport myself. I'm a Czech citizen. Did I ever tell you that?
You told me that on the roller coaster
Oh yeah,
in Paris.
on the roller coaster itself. Like I'm Czech, yeah,
Check. I'm from Europe.
yeah,
I was
yeah,
like, we're
yeah,
going upside down. You're like,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So
Do
that's it.
you visit them often?
I do. Yeah. So we used to, I used to spend my summers over there, and grandparents were all over there, and so now I go. It's been every couple of years. I look forward to. I'll try to make it there again in the next year. I got one grandma left. But yeah, that's something. I got my focus to do now, but who knows? Who knows? Maybe one day, if we manage to be an international brand, maybe I'll be to go to Czech and really sharpen up the language, see if I can do some business in my non-dominant language.
So there you go. I think you
But
could for sure. Well,
any
if you decide to come to Europe, then you shoot me a message again, and then we'll do it the other way around,
yeah.
where you come to us instead of we coming to you.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Absolutely. I mean, any excuse to go to Europe. It's not a bad place to be.
It's not a bad place to be.
Yeah. All right, Nikki. Anything else you want to leave us with today?
No, that's all. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you for your
You
time.
any final words of wisdom?
Do you have any final words of wisdom? No, just that with my expertise and where I'm positioned to be, I do think you guys at TrackBee have a really really good and useful service. I see it working. I see some markers of y'all doing good work, and everybody I've met from your company has been really really great. So I'm grateful to be connected. I'm excited for you guys, and I look forward to doing something together in the future.
Well, thank you very much. Likewise to yourself, Dominic.
Yes, ma'am. So if anybody wants to get a hold of you, how do they find you?
They can find me on LinkedIn, Nicky Van
Mm-hmm.
Leeuwen, like the ice cream,
Mm-hmm.
or they can shoot me an email. This feels very tricky to do that on here.
Mm.
I'm not gonna do that. Shoot me a
Yeah,
message
let's
on
just
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn. Yeah,
Yeah, we'll do
let's
it
just do
there.
LinkedIn. Yeah,
LinkedIn.
yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, all right, Nikki. Thank you so much for your time. Always good to see you.
It was good to see you. Thank you so much.
All right, take care.
Take care.